Alright folks, hope everybody's okay. This is, if anybody's in the Conservative Party in the UK and you have an MP, pass this video on to them. This is an urgent message to the Conservative Party about the national crisis in British culture. At this present time, tonight, the UK Parliament is discussing, or the English Parliament is discussing, about gay marriage. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is unconstitutional. If such a massive cultural change is taking place, ordinary people should have the right to vote on this subject. And this being brought in about gay marriage is unconstitutional. And if it is brought in, as far as I'm concerned, the government becomes, as far as I'm concerned, the government loses its right to rule. It doesn't have any right to rule. It doesn't have any legitimacy to a democratic right if it imposes such a major cultural change without having the people, the ordinary people, the right to debate and vote on the subject. But that's beside the point. The thing is, these modern day liberal elites in the UK or English Parliament, whatever it is, they think they are the guides to morals. They think they are the high priests of our morality and can tell us all what to think and believe. And their cultural project is going to end in tragedy. It is going to come to an end. The West is going to collapse. It is going to fail. It's going to end up in a very, very sad state of affairs and a sad story. So this new cultural morality that they are trying to impose on everyone is just going to fall flat on its face in the next 10 years or whenever. But I don't want to go through being forced to accept things that I have not voted in, that I don't believe in, that is being imposed on me by an intellectual elite. Right? Now, my urgent request to the Conservative Party is this. There are 100 MPs who are against this gay marriage, and they are Conservative MPs. And I put it to you, you 100 Conservative MPs, what is more important to you, your party or Great Britain? It has fallen upon you to put the country first above your party, or my party, because I've always supported the Conservative Party. I'll never do again. I will never, ever, ever, ever vote for the Conservative Party again because of what they're doing about this gay marriage. I will never, ever vote for you again. But I'm saying to you, to you 100, and I'm calling you the 100, just as there were 300 who defended Greece. 300 Spartan soldiers defended Greece from the hordes of the Persians. So you 100 MPs need to defend Britain politically against the hordes of the liberal elite. Now it's your time in history, and you need to fight for Britain right now. Your task is to bring Cameron down right now. So threaten to go and join UKIP. Threaten to come out of the Conservative Party and start a new Conservative Party. And mean it, and do it if it needs to be done. And bring down the government. Threaten to join the UKIP. But you must bring down David Cameron, and you must do it within the next few hours and within the next few days. You have to bring this man down politically. You have to get him out of the way, and you have to get the Conservative Party back to some semblance of sanity. If you don't do that, I can guarantee that Britain will sleepwalk into a new morality, and we will end up living in a totalitarian state, and then eventually not only Britain but the West will collapse morally in the next 10 to 15 years. In fact, it's probably going to be in the next few years, never mind 10 to 15 years. So, I've not got any problem with gay people. I've not got any problem with people wanting to do gay marriage. If they want civil partnership, let them do it. I've got no problem with that. What I have a problem with is people taking the cultural baggage of Christianity about being married and taking that and imposing that and changing that to gay marriage, and then making that legal and imposing it on the rest of us when nobody on the ground has had the right to vote. We have not had the right to vote about it individually, and so therefore I'm against gay marriage. Okay? If people had a right to vote, and individual people had a right to debate and vote, then if that's what the people voted, as a committed Democrat who believes in democracy, even though I disagree with it, I would not raise my voice. Okay? But because this is being imposed without anybody's vote, without anybody being able to vote, without anybody being able to express their opinions, then I'm sorry, this is not on. This is not on. I hope if the 100 MPs brought down the government, then that would be amazing. But I believe that if they don't bring down the government in the next few days, I really believe Britain is finished. I really mean that. If this goes through, I will see myself as not British. As far as I'm concerned, I would not be British. I would be happy to hand in my passport, and I'd be happy to apply to another country to be a citizen, because I would be ashamed of this country for what it's done. To impose such a cultural change without anybody having the democratic right to speak out and to vote on it, to me, is living in a Stalinistic country. It is not democratic. It's just a cultural elite imposing their morality on everybody else, as far as I'm concerned. So, I'm profoundly upset. I mean, I am deeply upset, and I am deeply angry. And I feel that the rights of the majority are not being listened to, as far as I'm concerned. So it's up to you, the 100 in the Conservative Party. The history of Britain is in your hands, and I'll say a prayer for you tonight. But I hope to God you put Britain first, because this country is going to go down the pan, and it's going to go down the pan in the next 10 years. I'm telling you that now. You need to do it now and bring this Prime Minister down, bring this government down, and let's get a general election, and let's get a Conservative Party in power. That's what I say. Please pass this on to the Conservative leadership, to the MPs. I voted Conservative all my life, and I will never ever vote for the Conservative Party again for even considering trying to bring this into a law without the British people having the right to vote on it. It's a total disgrace.